And then lastly, for the victory formation, man, I was thinking about putting these two in the king of the game segment, but I'm gonna put them in the victory formation because they would be king queen of the game for different reasons. But for victory formation this week, my question is, should athletes speak up for what they believe in and be public figures? Now, this is one of those things where a lot of people, depending on which side of the aisle you're on, again, this is not a political show, but unfortunately, a lot of things get broken into politics for whatever reason. On the right-hand side, you have people saying they're athletes, stay athletes, don't get involved with anything like social issues, politics, XYZ. And then on the left-hand side, it's like, yes, become an activist, use your platform. And maybe there might be some mix between both sides. I don't know. But again, if you look at the news stations kind of help as far as where certain sides stand. Again, not all people fit in these two categories, which is fine. I'm okay with that. But I'm more of a person that's trying to see both sides, but I would align more with use your platform to speak on what you believe in. And that's why I'm going to give credit for these two people, these two individuals. First, we're going to Trevor Lawerence. So Trevor Lawerence has been very outspoken. I've gave him king of the game before for being very outspoken on social issues and being white. I mean, again, I give credit to everyone. You're black, XYZ, but the fact that he's white, he's going out of not to say that his words mean more. It just means that you don't see many white individuals at positions of power standing up for black people and for social equality or for equality in general. But Trevor Lawerence, given his platform, knowing that he's going to be, he is the top player in college football right now. If you ask anybody, they say Trevor Lawerence. Okay, cool. Hey, it is what it is. But he's also going to be the number one pick overall for the most part, or likely to be the number one overall pick in the 2021 NFL draft this upcoming year. So Trevor Lawerence is a well-known player, and he's willing to use his platform to do what he thinks is right. And I'll leave it here. So Trevor Lawerence states that I am not a civil rights activist or activist in general. I think we all carry a responsibility based on who we are or who you are and what your platform is. For the love of my teammates and friends, family, everyone I know, I think it's part of my responsibility to try to help in any way I can. So he also added, I know there's a lot of eyes on me, critics, but also a lot of younger generation people looking up to me. So I'm conscious of that. I want to use my platform the right way and try to impact people. I'm not an activist of any sorts, but I do think I have a responsibility to promote equality and help people, help the people I love. So you can't hate on Trevor Lawerence for this. And this is going outside of football. When he first got to Clemson, I was not the biggest fan football-wise. I didn't think that he was all that. He proved me wrong. Again, you're right and wrong sometimes. But outside of football, this says a lot more to me about him as a person. And now, all I do is root for Trevor Lawerence because he is using his platform. He knows the situation. He knows that people are looking at him. He understands that as a man that is white, sticking up for another group of individuals is going to mean a lot to those group of individuals. I don't like to always use race, but Trevor Lawerence, again, is helping us out. And he has been very outspoken compared to any other white quarterback that is out there in the NFL. So he is, man, he got my respect. I would have no problem buying a Trevor Lawerence jersey. I don't own any jerseys. I do want to start owning some jerseys. So if I do start a collection, I could guarantee you that Trevor Lawrence's jersey, specifically from Clemson, will be in my closet. I don't know about the NFL jersey, but the Clemson one for sure will be in my closet. If he goes to a team I don't like in the NFL, I'll still like him as a person, but I won't rock the jersey. I'll get the Clemson one. He also posted a statement on his Twitter page. Now, I don't know if I'm going to read this one. I did anticipate reading it initially, but it is pretty long. So I'll actually read the first part and I'll leave the second part out. But it states that here's a statement from the college football players. So all the college football players got together, made a statement, or at least the leaders of the college football group. It says, over the course of the past year, our country has witnessed some of the most atrocious racial injustice against countless Black and African American people. Too many have fallen victim to racial injustice and systemic inequalities. Enough is enough. Real change must come. As we return to our respective campuses and most of us suit up in pads for the 2020 college football season, we realize that the power we have to enact this change, we, the players, have a voice, and we will use it to drive out injustice, improve our communities, and inspire the future generations. Hashtag our voice matters. So this was posted on Trevor Lawrence's Twitter page, again, with another one as far as things that they all actionable steps that they will take as a collective group, which includes voting and other things. Again, for those of you that are interested, make sure that you check that out. I'll try to leave a link in the description below so you can check that out. But I do want to leave some time for the next person I want to get into. So big shout out to Trevor Lawrence, again, using his platform to bring awareness to social inequality and doing what's right. I think he understands that. And you don't have to be an activist. I don't think anyone should get mad at Trevor Lawrence saying, I'm not an activist, I'm not a social activist. He's just saying he's doing what's right to him. So hopefully no one has a problem with that. They shouldn't. They really shouldn't. Second person on here is Naomi Osaka. Naomi Osaka, the tennis player, big time. I mean, I think she was the highest paid women's athlete last year, making that big bag, man. So shout out to her. I believe she's half Haitian and Japanese. I apologize if I got that wrong, but I know she's part Japanese. But she's been wearing masks at the U.S. Open. The most recent one was she had George Floyd's name on it. But according to this article, throughout the U.S. Open, Osaka has worn face masks with the names of Breonna Taylor, Elijah McCain, George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, Trayvon Martin, Black people who have died either at the hands of police or a violent struggle with whites believed to be motivated by racism. So after doing this, they actually sat down Naomi Osaka during an interview, and there were some pre-recorded videos from, I believe, the father of Ahmaud Arbery and the mother of Trayvon Martin, thanking her for bringing more awareness to their situations and standing up for what she believes is right. So Naomi Osaka she responded to that as far as comment, and she said that they're so strong. I'm not sure what I would be able to do if I was in their position. I feel like I'm a vessel at this point to spread awareness. It's not going to dull the pain, but hopefully I can help with anything that they need. She also stated that if I can get a conversation started in a majority white sport, I consider that a step in the right direction. So again, I'm all for athletes using their platform. I mean, they have a platform, so might as well use it. And, they're using it for good. They're not using it for promoting violence or promoting hate. They're using it for promoting everyone is equal, right? We need to have a discussion that everyone is equal and that we need to act that way. Things like this should not be happening. So again, I give shout out to both Trevor Lawrence and Naomi Osaka for using their platform to speak up for what they think is right and for what is happening in the world. They have that right. They are athletes, but they also have a platform and they deserve to use the platform. So big ups to them. But that is the end of the show. If you guys like the show, make sure you hit that thumbs up button if you're watching on YouTube. But also make sure you subscribe to the Chuck It Up podcast on YouTube, as well as subscribing on your favorite podcast platform: Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Pandora, whichever one you listen to. Make sure you subscribe. And for those of you that are on, Breaker or Apple Podcasts, because I know those are the two that you leave like comments and ratings. Make sure that you leave a legitimate rating. If you think I deserved it, give me a 5. If you don't think I deserve it, then don't leave one at all. I appreciate all of you equally, whether you enjoy it or not. If you're just a troll, I appreciate all of you equally for listening to the channel and supporting it. I do this for you. And again, hopefully I'll be able to get on track. It's just been very busy with travel and everything to get these things cracking on a weekly basis, but I don't have any travel coming up soon. So we will be making this thing happen. But as always, action turns knowledge into power, and I'll see you all next episode. Peace. Thanks for stopping by. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button for more fire sports takes. And for those of you who are on the go, make sure you subscribe to our full show, which airs every Thursday on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and a bunch more. Until then, I'm chucking it up, and I'll see you guys next time.